Friends, hello everyone. Today we will discuss the module for removing spam blocks. It is located in our left menu, then we go to Account Actions. Here is the module for removing spam blocks. This module removes only geo-spam blocks and permanent spam blocks. It does not remove temporary spam blocks because temporary spam blocks expire on their own. Let's take our account, for example. Here it is. It is in our software and we see that the same account is in our Telegram. Let's check it for restrictions. As we can see, the account has been checked. The software has indicated that the account is in geo-spam block. And in the account itself, we see the response given by the spam bot. As I already mentioned, the geo-spam block module removes it. So let's go to this module. Here it is quite simple. The most important thing is the text file. A text file with final responses for the spam bot. In the spam bot, the module will press all the buttons itself and go to the final stage, sending a message to the spam bot with your text. For this, we specify the path to the text file. The text file should have at least 10 lines. Each line supports syntax. So let me show you, for example. Syntax is a method of generating text. This is what the text looks like in syntax. And when this line is sent, the module will randomly take a variant from here line by line, and randomly choose a variant of the text from syntax. So, the more accounts you need to remove spam blocks from, the more lines you should have in the file. Specify the path to this file. Next is the option to simulate typing status for the user. That is, the time the account will be sending typing status, so that the bot will see a notification that it seems like the account is typing a text like a real user. The bot sees this and thus identifies your account as the account of a real user. Here let's specify from 5 to 7 seconds. The software will take a random value from the interval and the typing status will be displayed on the accounts for the bot for that amount of time. The bot will see it. We select our account. Next, we can enable the number of threads. I recommend starting with 1 thread if you are not familiar with this module. If you are removing spam blocks from multiple accounts at once, and set a delay of about 2 to 3 minutes. You can use a larger number of threads if you have enough lines that don't overlap. I remind you, the text file should have at least 10 lines. And you can use syntax in the lines, so the lines will be different. And in the lines you write what the account will send to the spam bot in the end. For example, a request to remove the spam block, it already depends on your imagination. What you write in the text. If you are removing spam blocks, for example, from CIS accounts, for example, Russia, Kazakhstan, and so on, you can use text in Russian. If, for example, you are removing spam blocks from European accounts, then accordingly, in English. Then you experiment depending on the region in which language to write your text. For example, if it's Asian accounts, Asia, then accordingly. It depends on the country. For most countries, using text in English is sufficient. Let's run our module and open our account. As we can see, the software does everything in the bot itself. All the necessary options offered by the bot as well as the notifications in the log that the account is restricted by location, meaning it has a geo-spam block, not permanent. The software clicks all the buttons itself, waits, and types the status. It follows the delay specified by us and mimics the bot by sending our text, random text from our file. The software took a random line from our file. Let me open the file for you again. It took a random line from our file, and since there's syntax here, the software took a random option from the syntax. If there was no syntax in the lines, the software would simply take a random line and send it in the final message to the bot. One thing to note is that there is no need to rush or hurry because Telegram is more demanding in this regard. It is possible that some accounts will die, but the geo-spam block, as a reminder, will pass on most geos after 3 to 7 days after registration. It is better to use the geo-spam block removal module only for accounts that, for example, do not exit it for a very long time. For example, at the moment of recording this video, countries like India and Nigeria have a geo-spam block that lasts for about 6 months. So this module is very useful in terms of geo-spam block removal as well. Also, think creatively, write as if you were a real person spamming the bot, and based on that, create texts that your accounts will send to the spam bot. But don't forget to read important information in the modules because you need to familiarize yourself with it before working with this module. Test it on a small number of accounts. For example, take 3 to 4 accounts, put them in one thread, and set delays between threads to 1 to 2 minutes or even 2 to 3 minutes. Accordingly, test how it works and then, after about a day, check the account again for Spamblock. Also, test it with a small number of threads and see if your accounts are restricted or not. The time for removal varies. Some accounts are removed within a day, or within an hour, or within 2 hours. After you write an appeal to the spam bot, some accounts take longer to be removed, and some accounts are not removed at all on the first try. It depends on many factors. Finally, I would like to repeat once again. The text file should have at least 10 lines. Specifically lines, so test, try, learn, observe, experiment, and you will succeed. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye to everyone.